Warriors of Matrimony, written by Kenneth E. Fultz, Jr., narrated by Darilli. Chapter 10. The Power of Camgon. Kalich ran out of the hallway into the room. "Annala!" Ling looked back at him. Kalich stopped to look at what had happened in the room. "Annala!" He spotted her on the floor. Kalich ran past the lieutenant colonel over to Annala. He kneeled down beside her. Annala's eyes were glazed over. Kalich's eyes widened and trembled at her condition. "Kalich, I'm sorry. I couldn't save her," Annala said. "So, you're the Camgonian man that she became weak for," Ling spoke. A red light flared up around Kalich. "You're the one who hurt Annala." "And if I am." Kalich stood up. The energy around him flared up even more. Kalich looked back at her in cold anger. "Then there won't be any mercy." "You're just a foot soldier for the Camgonian army. You don't even have a true rank." Kalich faced Lieutenant Colonel Ling. He rushed forward with his arms drawn back. "You think that matters?" Ling tossed her hand to the side, creating several more cords with bullet points. The cords flew forward to strike down Kalich. "Just try it, Camgonian garbage." The red energy formed an orb around Kalich. As the cords came at him, they were obliterated by the destructive energy. Ling swung her spear, redesigned it to reach longer. Kalich extended his arm out to break the spear. Ling leapt into the air above him. She created two curved-shaped swords. She crossed them and came down on Kalich. "Taste my blades." Kalich's orb went back to energy that outlined his form. He crossed his arms over his head to block the attack. Ling pushed down on the arms, trying to cut through them. Sharp energy blades shot off at Kalich's body, aiming directly at Ling. Ling leapt backward. She slid backward, slamming one of her swords on the ground to slow herself down. She had cuts across her body and on her cheek that bled. "Your weapons are blast-resistant, but your body isn't," Kalich said. Ling's swords were scorched, but were fine for battle. Blood rolled down her cheek. "I see. Intel was right about you." Ling designed an armor suit that covered her entire body. She slammed her swords together, redesigning them into a large Chinese halberd sword. She swung it straight at Kalich. "Take this!" Kalich stuck out his hand in the sword's course. The sword melted at his touch, splitting it in two. "He melted it at magma level," Ling uttered. Kalich had a deadly stare in his eyes. "In that case..." Ling leapt high in the air, redesigning her armor to be fireproof. She had one arm in front with the other stretched out to the side. Ling created crescent-shaped blades with a long handle to them. "Not even the highest heat will help you this time. Now die!" Ling thrust forward to strike down at Kalich. Kalich turned to the side. "Don't think heat is my only weapon." Kalich punched her right across the face. Ling flew into the wall beside her, dropping her weapons. Kalich charged in after her, with his energy flowing to his right fist. Kalich let out a battle cry. "Now you die!" Ling's armor was cracked as she gasped for air. Kalich swung his fist right into her chest, causing an explosion that traveled up the wall. Smoke covered the area. A strong wind and smoke blew over the room. Tyson covered himself in Calidora from the shock wave. Annala lay unconscious as the dust blew past her. The dust swept past Kalich as it cleared. Kalich's red energy disappeared. His fist had gone through Ling's armor. The armor completely cracked. It shattered, revealing the dead Ling. Her eyes completely white, her mouth open. Calidora looked down at Kalich happily. She held on to the railing. Tyson held her around her waist.
"Daddy did it!"
Tyson leaned forward. "That your father?"
"Ow, you're squashing me!"
Tyson backed up. "My bad." Kalich looked back. "Annala!" He ran over to his wife and kneeled down beside her. He placed his hand on her back. "Don't worry, you'll be all right." Green energy emitted out of Kalich's body that flowed into Annala.
"Daddy!"
Tyson landed down on the ground with Calidora in hand. Kalich looked back. Tyson and Calidora approached. Tyson put Calidora down behind Kalich. "Calidora!" Kalich said. Calidora ran up to him, placing her hands on Kalich's back.
"You stopped the bad people."
Calidora looked over at Annala.
"What about Mama?"
Kalich focused back on Annala as well. Don't worry, sweetheart. She'll be fine. The holes in Annala's body started to close up. Tyson looked at the sight. You can heal wounds?
Daddy's a nurse,
Calidora said. Not exactly, sweetie. Kalich placed his other hand on Annala, shooting more energy into her body. The secret power of Camgon is emotional energy. Through our desires, will, emotions, we can emit energy into various powers. The green energy swirled around Annala, like seawater flowing. So your mother can live by me generating life energy into her. You can do that? Tyson questioned. As long as the person is dear to me, I can, and I exchange some of my life force for their well-being. The wounds finished closing up. Kalich lifted his hand off Annala. Kalich placed his hands on his knees. The only reason Camgon lost its power is because people refuse to embrace their emotions. Kalich placed his hand on Annala's head, ruffling his hair. Someday you can do this too.
Really?
Calidora giggled. Annala opened her eyes, still weak from the fight. Calidora ran over to Annala's side.
Mama!
She rubbed her cheek against her mother's.
You're okay, just like Daddy said.
Calidora, you're safe. Kalich looked back over her shoulder at Tyson. So, who are you? Calidora looked over at Father.
That's Big Brother Tyson.
Kalich gazed at his daughter, confused. Big brother? Tyson scratched the side of his hair nervously. Your daughter seems to have taken quite the shine to me, sir. Calidora ran over to Tyson, wrapping her arms around his leg.
He's been helping me.
Kalich faced the two. I see. Kalich brought his attention up to Tyson. You're the leader of the Red Sharks. You know about my crew? Tyson questioned. I met them on the way here. They were heading out of the country toward Camgon. So they survived? What a shame, a voice said that caught all of their attention. End of chapter 10.